Let me just check. Yes, marks are live. I didn't get it wrong this evening. Alan, good evening. Welcome, Wednesday night, last one of the season. And I must say again, driver's briefing was extremely quiet.
Was dead. There were crickets. You could hear them. I'll tell you what, I think you've nailed it. Guys know it's the last round. It's a big evening this evening. Double points, huge track. It's the finale. Here we go.
And having looked at some of the guys fighting for the championship, we know that the BMW has got 3 kilograms less than the Ferraris. The Ferraris are slightly nerfed according to those BOPs. It is going to be absolutely crazy. And I do believe in the back is that we have started the qualifying, if I heard that correctly. And I have indeed. So let's jump right into there. One lap flyer. This is a big track. Again, do we risk it, or do you just go and put in your banker to make sure that you are starting high on the grid, or does it come into play where you go, hold on, let's actually just use the strategy, pit early, and get out of anything we need to?
It's like the age-old question, Dylan. Especially being on the track at Spa, this is not a small short track. It's 7-point-something kilometers, long lap time, one of the longest lap times out there. So the guys need to make sure about this, and they do need to nail the lap time so that they get a proper lap in. You need to have a very good position on the grid at Spa, and but then again, it's those who can go out, firing from the hip straight away and nail that lap time, and then the others, we've seen Moat Musa and company, and especially Sunjan Pillay for Team Alpha One Esports, who waits until the very last minute before he goes out. And I think there's a bit of a strat involved there, because obviously the track's also gripping up. There's more rubber going down, and he will get or those that go out right at the end will get a much more grippier track. Whether that's true or not, I'm not sure, but that's what we've seen through the whole series. And I think we'll probably see something similar happen here tonight.
And we did see Sanjan play. He did get caught out in terms of the after qualifying timer. It did catch him out. It didn't allow him to finish off that lap yet. Started from just about the back. He used the pit strategies to his advantage and landed up putting it on the podium. I don't think that's a risk that he's going to want to take this time around. He's going to want to get that lap done, get out there, put that dominance in terms of where their track position is, and rather fight for the track position up front than try and fight through it through the field.
Definitely, especially again, as I said, with the length of the track, 100%. He's rather going to want to, well, everyone, those are the guys who are fighting for position. They're going to want to be able to be at the top end of the qualifying results, be high up on the grid to avoid any possible contact, especially with our Rouge and Radian. Everybody knows going through there side by side is very, very risky. So yeah, we definitely going to be in for an action-packed race. Let's also add what you've done from the race configuration here. Tire limits besides one-lap qualifiers, and a single pit stop on the 75-minute race, of which it's fuel, not tires, it's fuel, correct?
That's correct. So we're giving the option to the drivers to risk it for the biscuit, go long, drop just some fuel in, save the whatever amounts of time they would have spent getting the tires, have they preserved the tires long enough, and then you essentially make that time back on track. Whether it's the right strategy, only time will tell.
Sounds good. Watching Ulrich Jager here on the YouTube channel as he goes around for the his lap. Good turnout. We can see already 23. I can see on the timing screen 23 drivers. I'm not sure what the total number is.
Total number I will get to you shortly, just going back into my screen, and that was a very, very subtle hint there. Thank you very much the way you did it, but at least I picked on it straight away. Just some of our returning drivers. We got Dakai Oka, our Japanese international, Mr. Terry Wilford joins us, and interestingly enough, Terry Wilford. Oh, hold on. I nearly missed this, but Ulrich de Jager is going to come around and do the first lap, time lap for the day, 2:19.6. So timing up on the board there for him. Terry was I think in East London with the AMG Advanced Driving Academy, and he puts it in second place at 2:21.1. Ruan Heineke, he'll cross the line now, but it looks like this will be, there we go, 2:19.
Oh, 500s. It's close already up at the top, and people are already sub 220s. So for quali, we'd expect them to be well in the 219s, if not lower, and I think it's going to get quicker and quicker. Jason Farmer in third there, 4/10 off. Etienne Mouton doing a 219, a 220.5. That puts him in fourth place at the moment, just ahead of Terry Wilford. Here comes Andre Hildebrandt as he's going to come over the line now, and that is going to be the start of his lap, I believe.
Yeah, that is correct. So Nkulu crosses the line, a fifth place there for him, 2:21.0. Pito Dabek, that's McLaren, quite a nice livery on that. Let's just see what his time is going to be as he comes around. Tennis Buerta, a great drive there for him, but unfortunately mechanical issues with his wheel, which found him on the side of the track after fighting up in sixth place. So very disappointing there for him. Nevertheless, Jason Landsberg will cross the line and start his flying lap. Next up, Justin Lotus, currently in third. Creel's going to cross the line, and that puts him into first place, 2:18.6.
There's a good lap time for you. Into the 2:18s goes Justin Lotus for the Alpha 1 Esports. Johan van der Venter in his Porsche, he puts in a 2:22, and that puts him around 10th position at the moment. Here's our visiting Japanese driver Oka coming up the hill in his Porsche. He's going to be putting this over the line shortly, and we'll see where he positions himself. We have just under 8 minutes left here of this session.
And now we have a quick little moment just to say that Terry Wilford currently in third place, 12 points behind Ulrich de Jager and Etienne Mouton, who are both tied for the Pro-Am. So it is kind of a winner takes all. If Terry finishes 4 places ahead of either Etienne or Ulrich, he will be the Pro-Am champion. And between Etienne and Ulrich, it's going to be a fight for position to the end.
I mean, the standings, as they've been the entire season, they are so close with everybody. We have seen a little bit of a shift in momentum up at the top.
So that was just Matthew Wadley into second place there for him. Make that third place, because Charles Darden will go up into second place, and the fastest sector 1 there for him in his BMW.
Yeah, the BMs are showing some pace here this evening.
Andre Hildebrandt goes into a 14th place, and Pito Dabek crossing line, third there for him. That's a cracker of a lap. Isham Domingo is next, so looks like that is him on his flying lap. Who's ahead of Tennis? Reno Roberts. That looks like it'll be a flying lap start there for him, but obviously proves me wrong. So he goes into first place with Tennis. Third for him, 2:18. But currently the fastest man is Reno Roberts on a 2:18.1.
Yep. The Alpha 1 Esports team, Reno Roberts and Justin Lotus, currently on the front row. Here we see Matsi Vodondo coming around in his bright green McLaren. And we'll see where this puts him. It's the start of his lap, I think. Yes.
David Farrell, he was quite rapid in practice and has had a good season. Just unfortunately a few little incidents here and there through the race, and has had an unfortunate season, but I'm still he'll be looking to get himself up the order. Just wanted to say thank you to Daniel de Villiers for subscribing. We did get you. And up on the chat, we've got Dixon Hankan saying, good evening, Mensa. Hello, Mr. Patterson. Your wonderful message from Belgium, indeed. Antonio Gamble, hey guys, great. Have a great race. Have a great last race, LTR. Come on, guys. Jason Farmer, my boy, and that's literally her boy.
And Shamil Mohammed also on the YouTube. Sup. So there we go. Got.
And on my side, it says Cat Orange Whistle, and I know exactly what it looks like. So it's not the actual. It's not the icon that we're expecting. I hope that there we go. So Isham is currently on track with Andre Serodio fighting for second place. Andre does have an outside chance here. For Andre to take this championship, he does need to have a car between himself and Mohat Musa, but Andre has to win, and he will claim that first place.
Yeah, he's just starting a flying lap. He took a very wide berth through the chicane, so this is it. He's going for it now. Going through La Source, the hairpin, and now he's going to head down the hill. We're going to stay and watch him go around and do a lap. We're not. We're coming back to Matsivadondo.
Apologies.
He's just coming up, no problem. Up the hill, heading towards Blanchimont. This is an absolute hectically hang on with white knuckles around this left corner. I have been to this track live. I've walked this track. It is a massive place. But it's steeped in history, and there's just something about it. The Ardennes Mountains and the forest, it's an amazing place to go to. And they have awesome beer, and they make waffles out of beer. Let me tell you that.
Yes, I'll definitely have a beer waffle. That just sounds amazing.
So
19th place there for Matsivandondo. Next up, hold on. We've got Pitoretlo. I hope he's not going to get in the way, but we have seen him.
What is this man doing?
Clearly this was somebody who was not in driver's briefing. Mark Hennebury. So he's
starting his lap.
So that is quite fortunate. And Chris Haneke in the same livery as Mark Hennebury. Look at that. So that's showing they are most definitely teammates. Yeah, the Slick Racing coming in the green and yellow.
I thought you went back to a replay there for a second.
No. Confirmed, this is Chris Haneke. We've also got Shamil patiently waiting for this finale. So are we. It's going to be an absolute cracker. Sanjan Pillay, all eyes on him. And I see 2 minutes left, so he is definitely
lastminute.com.
Not lastminute.comming. He's keeping just enough to be able to do a lap within the allotted time.
Exactly.
Then a very, very special person who is very dear to my heart has just joined, and with a name like Maria Horn says, hello son, and then you know why.
Lovely. I like that. I'll see what she did there.
Yeah. Well, that's very what she did, because I'm her bright boy and I'm her favorite.
Got you.
Andre Serodio on pole position. That's what we want. That is him taking the championship and challenging our current championship leader. Where is Mohat Musa currently sitting?
It's out yet.
We haven't.
I don't know where he is. I can't see. He's down there at the bottom.
Mohat Musa is currently in pits.
But he's not coming out the pits because there's no time to complete a lap now. Maybe it didn't count.
Where is Gabriel? Gabriel, I know you're in their chat. We know you're watching. All I'm saying is, did Mohat invalidate a lap?
Let's go back to Sinjin and company. Let's see what they do.
So next up, Mark will be crossing line coming into the chicane turn, 19 into turn 20. Fourth place there for him.
Good one. His teammate Chris coming up the hill. No, people, you are not seeing a replay. These are teammates tonight. Chris Haneke and Mark running in identical liveries, so let's not get confused with that. How a team should look. And he goes through the chicane, and Chris going over the line. Now this is going to put him... Oh, second. He almost gets pole position with that. A 2:17, that's a 2:18 flat almost. Great lap.
So 0.05 is the difference between him and the man on pole. Sanjan Pillay through turn number 18, and it's just
lastminute.com, buddy. Look at the time.
Yep.
Look at the countdown.
No, but he'll cross the time within the allotted time at least.
Let's see if he can get pole here, or if he's going to be... He'll be in the top 5, I'm sure.
Sanjan Pillay, fourth there for him.
I think that's it.
But it is the man, Andre Sorodio, who has put it on pole position. He has Chris Heineke, who is right behind him, and Rainer Roberts in third place, with Sanjan Pillay in fourth. But all eyes are definitely going to be on this man, who's going to be starting down in 29th position. Man, oh man.
Hasn't he set himself out a big job for this evening? And on this track, wow. So we're going to see what kind of a drive from back to front Moat Musa can do. But as you rightly pointed out, Andres already on pole position. He is currently in second place on the championship. Chris Heineke, currently 7th, is next to him on the front row of the grid. Rano Roberts is 5th. He is right there. And it was Sanjan Pillay, who is 3rd on the championship, in 4th on the grid. So all the main hitters are right there, all of them except Moat Musa.
So Mohat definitely not making it easy for himself here this evening. And I do see a message coming from Mr. Len Neary. Good evening. Gooi het stikkend. And Maria Hall saying, very hot car, Andre.
Hey!
And that is the end of quali, and I'm ready to go with our grid walk.
Okay, I'm ready.
Just waiting for the timer to go up.
Spa, legendary track. 20 corners, a massive track. It took hours to walk around this place. Eau Rouge and Radiant going up the hill. Eau Rouge, the Red River, and Radiant up at the top of that corner complex. It is steep. It doesn't look steep. The TV cameras flatten that corner out. It is like looking up at the sky when the cars go up from Eau Rouge to Radiant. And then all the way up the Camel Straight, long straight. You're on full power for the best part of 40-something seconds, I think. Then right at the end of the Camel Straight, you get to Lekoum and Mamadi, and then you start coming back downwards from there, all the way to the bottom of the track, which is at Stavelot Campus and Stavelot down at the very bottom. And from there, it starts slowly climbing back up to Blanchimont and the chicane and back to the pit complex. It's an amazing place to go to. If you've got bucket list tracks to do, it's this and it's Lamar. No question.
Yes, I would definitely want to do them. Okay, so here we go.
Here we go. On the grid.
I need to do that,
That's
then
it.
that. And then we are...
So we're
Meow.
lining up on the grid walk. We're up at the top end of the track. And there we go. Ishan Domingo on pole on your left-hand side.
It's Andres Sorodio. Then
Andres Sorodio.
You see, so this all would have worked nicely, but unfortunately, the
It should still work.
So it's you see, but now what's happening because I was on Terry's car,
Yeah.
I'm too far. Hey, hold on. Let's just get it. We'll get a top 10. We'll get a top 10. We've still got time.
It's your up arrow that's changing that screen because you've mapped up arrow to that delta. So that's changing the tower, man.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do it the old school way. Oh goodness, we tried something. It didn't quite work out, but yes,
we're learning.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to do that one more though, eh?
Yes.
Now we don't have the deltas.
Yes, mother. You are right. That is number 20 is Mr. Wolford, the Mr. Wolford that you know. And no, his real car is not broken. Oh wait, hold on. I'm in the wrong. I need this. There we go. Okay, we need up arrow. Hey.
Once.
Yeah, but I need to be in the game to do that. So the up arrow.
That's it.
Is that the one? Okay.
Yep.
Cool. I'm on it.
There we go. We're good. Helicopter view of this grid, and you can see from there Mr. Sorodia in pole, Chris Heineken next to him in his Porsche. Then we've got the Team Alpha 1 esports Ferraris. That's Roberts and Sunjan Pillay. Justin Lotus behind them rounds out all three of them for the top 5. Mark Henneberry, Chris's partner, down in 6th. Then it's Tinus Buerta for hybrid. Next to him, Charles Darden. Then Isham Domingo. And Pete Dubek rounds out your top 10. So
I'd say teammate. Partner might be misunderstood.
Yes. Teammate.
Because they're all wearing the same, I was going to say wearing the same clothes, but they're all in the same livery.
There we go. Waiting for green.
Green light. Give it all you can.
There we go. Green flag, green lights. We're off. It's the final round, and they head into Eau Rouge. And immediately almost into single file. Couple of cars side by side, but everyone looks good.
Oh, it's Ocker and one of the LTR boys that have had some contact coming through Rouge. Oh, 4 wide. That's definitely not going to work. I hope they get that sorted out before turn number 7. But a few little contact points as cars start dropping down. But you can see out in the front, they're already going through turn number 9, and Andre Sorodio starting to pull away there.
Yep, Andre Sorodio hanging on to the lead. Clean start for the top 5 to 10. And I see Moat Musa slowly coming through from the back. I think he's made up about 4 or 5. But Chris Heineke here in the Porsche chasing after Andre Sorodio with Roberts, Pillay and Henneberry in close proximity. I saw that was the teammate of Chris. That was Mark Henneberry in his Porsche going up the inside. Yeah, we got Marco Bezadnote in the Lexus again, and he's right in the thick of things further down the field here.
Was looking just to find where Mohat is. It looked like Mohat is definitely still way down the order. Lots of work for him to come back. A little move up on the inside. And that is of Terry Wolford, and Mohat is now up into a 29th place.
Justin Lotus here in 7th place coming up the hill. Ahead of him it's Charles Darden. He's made a good start somewhere. Mark Henneberry did make up a position there, but your top 5 remains unchanged at the moment. Justin Lotus in 7th, Tinus Buerta just behind him, and Isham Domingo in 9th. Ruan Heineke down in 10th place. And they come to the chicane. Huge brakes, big concertina effect into the chicane.
And you can just see how close the guys still are. And it's still lots and lots of cars still going single file as they look to the inside, not close enough. And Tinus Buerta up in 8th place. He's looking quite racy at behind Justin Lotus there. Tinus unfortunately down 1, so he has lost that place to Justin, but still fighting hard here. Jason Farmer right behind Ulrich de Joche. Ulrich currently looks like he is ahead of Etienne Maton. Etienne Maton is 2 places down, so those are the contenders for the Pro-Am. Still very close and lots of racing still to come. Mohat Musa up into a 23rd place.
Yeah, he's going now.
So definitely got the
yellow
pedal down.
flag at Radian. Car 20 and car 44. It was coming together at Radian, and they have both got going. It's Waderley and De Villiers. They are coming together through Arouge. Here's the
So
Honda.
yeah, we did go back to try and get it, but it looked like we had just missed that.
All good, at least they got going. Only 2 cars involved in that, so still the majority of the field. There's the other car now. Majority of the field looking good as we see on the track map. A little bit of a gap between the main field, but first place probably to about 15th, 16th is one long train of cars as they head round down to the bottom of the track through Stavelot.
Well, let's just see if we can get a bit of a perspective. So we currently have Sergeant Play, who is in 4th place. And just as the camera changes, there we can just see all the way from 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, all the way down to 10th place. But between each of those cars is less than a second. So lots and lots of close racing still happening down there. Atipino right on the back of Jason Farmer. Jason Farmer in 13th place. I think that BMW, and we've seen how quick that BMW is in a straight line. But look here, Etienne Maton is looking very racy himself, right on the back of Ati. But now he has David Farrell, who's putting a lot of pressure on the back, as Ishon Domingo. He's come out of the last corner very, very slowly. As a big send on the inside, is there enough space there? Ati is able to get the car braked and turned around, but because of that tighter line, Isham is able to say, thank you very much, I've got the traction, and I'll take that place back.
But I mean, we haven't seen this. We haven't seen the 6T BMW riding with or racing against the Project Vapor BMW. So Ati definitely showing a huge turn of speed here at Spa. Clearly, this track he's a favourite. Enjoys riding around this track and has a great setup in that orange BMW. Ron Heineke we're watching as he comes through T8 and T9. There was a McLaren far out to the right hand side there.
So that was Dabek. It looked like he went a little bit too deep into the braking zone and has unfortunately now started dropping down the order. So was in 9th place, he is down in 11th. And David Farrell and Isham Domingo are having a massive side-by-side through the corner with no name. And Isham able to just hang on to that, but it looks like a little bit of glitching. We hope we don't have that weird ghost in the machine that we saw in the last 2 races.
Who is car 36, please, if you can go to the bottom of the grid? Who's last? He's in the pits, and I saw him going around very slowly.
So that is
Terry Wilfred.
Mr. Terry Wilfred, unfortunately.
He had 2 spins on Arouge Radiant that I saw while we were watching other cars. So he has just gone back to pits. He's not happy with that car, and he's looks like he's called it a day today.
Frankie Bierkus dropping down 2 places from where he qualified, but is looking right. Oh, I say looking right racy. But look at that. There is 5 cars there. That is Andre Hildebrand with Akai. Oh no! Contact. Andre just making contact as they turned in. And it looked like it was Akai that was worse for wear there.
Yeah, okay, and the Porsche did get collected, and I think he hit the Lexus as well. Marco Bezaidenote, who's also got going, and he's just up ahead of him.
So Etienne Maton up 4 places. Where is he relative to Ulrich? Ulrich up into 10th place, so Ulrich really has got the pedal down. But the man who does really have the pedal down is Andres Rodio, starting to pull away from Chris Heineke. A 218.2 is his fastest, and he followed it up with a 218.3. So Andre really looking racy here.
That is good pace considering race pace. Anything in the sub 219s race pace, that's extremely rapid. We see here Justin Lotus side by side as he's going through T9. That's with the BMW of Charles Darden. So I think that position has changed. So Justin Lotus.
So they were side by side, and they gave each other the space. It looked like Charles just hitting their curb, losing a little bit of traction, and that allowed Justin just to move up on the inside there.
Know that they're racing hard, but when the cars are next to each other, they are, well, let's say the majority of them, there's full respect being shown amongst all the drivers.
Some more side-by-side action between a Darbeck and a David Farrell. David Farrell, just look at that position gain. 15 places up from where he qualified in 26th, and he is up into 11th position. The man we want to go and check in on, and why am I not able to find him?
What? 17th.
I found him. There we go.
Good man.
So Mohamed Musa up 12 positions, and the reality is his pace 1:19.6 is his fastest. So he does have quite a bit of a way to go, considering this man, Andres Rodio, has just done a 2:18.1. That is nearly 2 seconds that Andre is pulling away from Mohamed Musa.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the points difference here. At the start, going into this race, Mohamed was had, what is this, 25? It's about 27. Maybe 28 points, give or take, lead. So he doesn't necessarily have to get to the first place, but he's got to be within striking distance of Andres Heredia by about 2 or 3 positions to hang on.
If Mohamed Musa finishes third and Andres Heredia wins, Andres Heredia is crowned the champion, because there is 30 points.
It's double points
between them because of those double points.
Okay.
So I'm sure Mohamed is doing that math. I know that he knows exactly where he needs to finish, and that's going to be his goal. Etienne Laton currently 4 places behind Ulrich de Jager. Etienne's fastest lap were 22.3, Ulrich 20.3.
Good close racing. I see a couple of cars going super wide around the no-name corners or speakers corner down there at the bottom. So guys need to also watch track limits, because Spa is very unforgiving. You can get track cuts just by looking at a corner, strangely. And I see Maria not too happy about Terry Wilford having a drama and having to retire his car already. Jason Farmer, what is he doing in the YouTube channel?
It's saying, oh, wow, great driving, Darbeck, race over. So there must have been a coming together between Darbeck and Jason Farmer there.
That's unfortunate.
And Jason definitely has not had a good time this season.
No. Bad luck there, chap. But positive, looking forward, and we'll see you soon, I'm sure.
Michel Domingo closing up onto the back of Etienne, while at the same time Etienne trying to close up onto the back of Ati, and Ati in his 6T BMW. In terms of the race pace, Ati 21.2 is his fastest. They're saying last lap 19.8 for Etienne and 19.6 for Ati, so the pace of these two definitely has started coming up.
Yeah, Ati definitely holding his own with the orange BMW. And make no mistake, those McLarens are super slippery. So Etienne Maton's doing everything in his bag there of tricks to try and catch this BMW. He's flat stick here. They come up the Camel Straight, and he's pulled out of the slipstream. He's on the inside and probably side by side. So this looks like a pass happening, and indeed it does. He goes into Lecum, and he takes that position away from the BMW.
And that's now put him in striking distance of Ulrich de Jager, who is now just 1.5 seconds ahead. There is the gap for a Pro-Am, and the winner out of these two will be crowned the Pro-Am champion. Mohamed Musa, let's go double check to see his progress, and he is still in 17th place and just not making too much inroads on Flip van Zyl at this point. only 0.6 of a second is what his gain was the last lap, knowing that he still has to get himself all the way up into P2. And Chris Haneke, I'm sure, is going to have a lot to say about that, considering Chris Haneke is still matching. Okay, that would be a lie, because the last lap was 0.4 difference, because Andres Rodio has just done a 217.9.
Yo, race pace. Well, we don't know what the strats are. We're going to see. We're expecting... What are we expecting? 40 minutes. We're expecting mid-race at 40 minutes of a 75-minute. We've just gone through 15 minutes with some change. So we're not sure on the strats yet. We'll see how busy the pits get around about 40 minutes, and that'll give us a better indication of who's doing what. Andre going really quick, considering. I mean, if he's got a full tank or at least 70 or 80 litres and he's doing 17s, that's a heck of a pace for Spa race pace.
I just needed to mention something quickly, because the man currently in shot, Chris Haneke, he's just done an 18.012. So that is 0.04 off Andres Arodio's fastest time.
400. He's bringing the fight to Andres Arodio. You can clearly see he's right there. Rano Roberts here, we're watching him. And hold
on. Here we go. Side by side. Ulrich Liacher and Etten Maton. This is change for position and change in the championship, knowing that these two have come into this race on the same points.
Yep. 12th and 13th place in the championship, but on track, that position's just changed. Also for 12th and 13th.
Is that a coinkydink? You can't write that. You can't write that.
It wasn't scripted. That was just a twiglet zone.
Oh, goodness. Matthew Wadley right on the back of Jason Landsberg. Matthew for the Alpha 1 Esports. Closing up at the back of Jason in that Aston Martin. He has done extremely well with that Aston Martin. This season has had some really good races, but also just some bad luck. Sorry, I missed the message coming from Jason Mull, and what can only be explained as Pina is the comments.
That's a great one. You did that very well done. So, yeah, he's shouting for Mr. Pina in 14th place in his BMW. It's a big support there.
Rob van der Heever up 3 places, chasing down Frankie Bierkus. His real name is Jean-No, but real name is Frankie. A great little battle here between these two. In terms of the fastest time, Rob is the quicker of the two, but just not able to find a way around. And in the back there, the Kai Oka behind Lucas Joubert, and still trying to find a way through there. Tinus Joubert and Charles Darden having a scrap, and let's just see what the legs are like in this McLaren as they come up through Erosion over Radlion, then onto the straight, and
it's not close enough. Oh, he is.
There's about a car length. There he goes.
Here he comes. That BMW punches a massive hole in the air, but that's giving the McLaren a little bit of an edge. Oh, a bit of side-by-side action and a little bit of small contact through there. And the BMW is still there on the outside, and very far on the outside now, and I think that's... Wow.
What I think had happened there is that it looked like Charles had gone just a little bit too deep on the brakes, then ran off, and instead of him trying to get back on and possibly making contacts, he just straightened up a bit, allowed Tinus to go through. So actually great driving there from him.
Yeah. Also just spotting on the tower, here's Muad Musa. He has in fact gone into 16th, and he's right behind his teammate now, so he's going to use his teammate to pick up a bit of a draft for sure. And will probably go sailing past at some point, either up the hill towards the chicane, or the next pass going up the Kemmel Straight. But
or is it Isham going, I'm not in this fight anymore, here you go and fight Andre?
Yeah, something like that. But he's definitely going to try and help him. 3 BMW, so we're going to see the pace and how quick it can get onto the back of Pienaar's 6T BMW. But it's Moed Musa from the back to 16th in 19 minutes.
You said Pienaar, it's not Pienaar, it's Pienaar!
My apologies. Mr. Milne, I'm sorry, I can't be that live as good as Dylan can. So there we go.
So was that a little moving to the outside? No, it looks like they Isham's not making it easy. So it's like, you want to overtake? Come, have a go. But I'm sure they're in the same chat. Say, okay, we can open the door now. Have a go to the inside now. Okay, thank you, Isham. There we go.
There we go.
So that's what you call a team player.
That's it.
Oh, position change, and that is through David Farrell and Ruan. Let's see whether that was into a T1 or was that into a Rouge. Yo. So I think it's, look, not here for the fight. Just have a go.
Well, good. Clean pass done and dusted. And onwards Farrell goes. Heineke just deciding that's not his fight and he's rather going to stay out of it. But Moed Musa, we're going to carry on watching him. He's 8/10 off the back of Pienaar. And that'll be his next position. Andre Sorodia, currently your quickest man on track still. And he is still ahead of Chris Heineke by not much, actually.
Yeah, that gap is only 1.3 seconds, and it hasn't really been much more than that. But the man who has been making inroads is currently Mark Ennerbry. He's closed up onto the back of Rainer Roberts. Half a second in terms of their previous laps. Mark did take out a second out of Reino, but from a fastest lap is Reino is 1/10 quicker at a 2:18.5 versus Mark Ennerbry at 2:18.6.
Yeah, most of the time, the following cars will be within a 10th or 2/10 of the car ahead, and that's purely by design. That's how traffic works and aero. Wow, Moed Musa is on the move. He's gone past Pienaar a long time ago already, and he's already up into 14th place. So we're seeing Isham Domingo arrive on the back of Pienaar's 6T BMW. Vickers S on the YouTube channel going, go Ulrich! So he's shouting for Mr. Ulrich de Jager in 13th place, having the dice with Etienne Maton.
The dice of his championship rights, and this is two LTR stable drivers, one McLaren versus one Ferrari. And we know that both of them have put in a lot of time specifically for this race.
Yep.
Ooh, there's stuff happening here. There we go. Mark Ennerbry on the inside, down the Camel straight, just has to pull out right at the end. It looked like that Porsche just ran out a little bit of legs before that braking zone.
He was super late on the brakes. I mean, it looked very out of shape, but he did manage to get it stopped in time. Oh, he's having another look. So Mark definitely doing some strange sense and unsettling Mr. Roberts up ahead. But he's brought the fight to him, make no mistake. This is gloves off stuff. And we'll see how they get along, as is Isham Domingo right here on the back of Pienaar.
And I must say, I'm pretty impressed with Ati. He is really holding his own here. Not making it easy for, I was going to say David Farrell. The only reason I was going to say that is because he's now closed up right behind Charles Darden.
Charles Darden.
And look at the positions gain there for David. 17 places up. So that was starting 26th, and he's already in 9th place.
Mega drive. It also goes to show when you don't get involved in other people's incidents and you have a good clean start in your first half of the race without any contact and issues and injuring the car and therefore slowing it down, you can make up huge time, many positions, and this is exactly what Farrell's done right here.
Another little battle that kind of just snuck up on us, and this is Mkulu right on the back of Johan VDV, and just behind there is Matthew Wadeley, who's now joined this fight. Does that mean that Jason Landsberg, there he goes, oh, Nkulu just losing the rear as he came out of turn 14, loses the rear. I'll take that one.
You'll have to. I'm sorry. You arrived on this poor man in his Mercedes, and the next thing he just got slapped upside the head and almost turned the car around. That camera was in his eyes.
Okay, David Farrell, 0.3 behind Charles Darden. Let's see what the straight line speed is. BMW versus Ferrari.
Ferrari's good and close as they come up the hill here.
The Ferrari is dodgy as F through Radleon, is all I can say.
Charles Darden, he's so defensive, he's almost up against the paint lines. He is, and he sent the Ferrari around the long way round.
But now that's going to put him on the inside for this next phase.
Pass.
So that is how you fake a pass. You move to the outside, give yourself the inside. What an absolutely incredible pass.
There's no way that Charles Darden expected that to happen. Farrell was like, fine, you're going to defend up the inside, I'll go around the outside and make it stick. And he made it stick. That was mega.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
What a pass. Nkulu on the back of Jason Landsberg. We did see him have a little bit of a moment going a little bit wide. That rear snapping. Oh, in the background there. Something we haven't had this season because of the way we've got the settings. But Mazi Van Dondo has got himself a drive-through.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, he's been a little bit too loose in the McLaren. And as I said earlier, if you're going to abuse the track limits, the race director is going to give you a mouthful. And so he has a really long 40 or 50. No, it's not. I think it's...
So this is Matthew having a little look to the inside on Johan VDV. Pretty easy in the end through turn number 12. A great overtake there for him. So since Mark Hennebree has got ahead of Rayno Roberts, Rayno has actually been matching Mark's lap times. So pretty interesting turn of events there is that while Mark was catching Rayno the last couple of laps, Rayno's been able to just stick there, maybe just using his lines a little bit and basically being pulled through. We are approaching that halfway mark, and as you can see on our timing board, we only have one car that has pitted, and that is that man in picture, and you can see currently all the way down the order in that 28th place. But we should start seeing those half strategies coming into play as Nkulu has moved that place up ahead of Jason Landsberg, goes a little bit defensive into turn number 1, and was that I think it looked like Johan was a little bit wide there. Did he run a little bit wide into turn number 1? So, he just went a little bit too deep. The others come through, little bit of contact, but that cost Johan dearly, unfortunately.
Turn round, a bit of a racing incident. It was Johan's return to track a little bit brutal. There we got a turn round for the Mercedes.
And as you say, no one got turned around. We unfortunately get Jason Landsberg just catching the back of Mfira. So Jason just missing that braking marker just enough just to catch him. And unfortunately, Nkulu all the way around. Jason Landsberg on the inside of Ulrich de Jager. And Mohat now up into 12th place. Now putting himself in between Etienne and Ulrich. But while Etienne and Ulrich have their own race, Mohat still got his eyes on catching the man out in front. Andres Rodeo, where currently all we're waiting for is what happens after the pit stops. And Chris Heineke has been relentless. He has not let Andre get further than the most I saw was 1.8 seconds.
Yeah.
He's still within that 1.6 now. There's definitely a race on here.
Wow, it's actually coming down. It's sub a second at the moment. So Chris almost into the draft aspect and picking up a huge draft next time round if he can hang on to that pace. Atipino in the 6T BMW going up and over the top behind Charles Darden, and Charles Darden not getting
He's got damage
over Radian.
Look at the front of Charles's car. I think it's because he's got damage, so he's lost that straight line speed.
Yes, you're
so
right.
Unfortunately, he is absolutely easy pickings for Pena.
And as we wail that out loud, we also see Wadley into the pits. So he's the first of the normal pit stoppers here at 45 minutes. And he's going to get his pit stop done. Wout Musa sailing into 12th place. And he's now just ahead of Ulrich de Jager and carrying on with his mission to get as close as he can to Andres Arodia.
And Mohat has brought that lap time down. He has done a 2:18.3, but that is still it's still 0.4 off. All that's happened is that Jason Milner's just replied with Pena.
Good fun.
Who says we don't have fun here at SARCO?
Totally. Dig it, man. I'll enjoy it.
Good luck all. Off to sleep. Yeah. Good night, mother. We'll speak to you in the morning. Love you lots. Bye. Remember, I'm the favorite.
I'm second, Maria. Just keep that in mind. Eh?
You're going to have to deal with that comment with my brother. So, Rob van der Heever moving up the Jabulani. Yo. Had a little put the nose in there through turn number 13, but was able to keep it off the rear there.
Oh, you just missed the Aston in the background turning round.
This Aston.
He caught it. Wow. Landsberg was...
Okay, let's check it out. Do. Okay, little snap. It wasn't Tokyo Drift music worthy.
No, sorry.
Flip Van Zyl up into 16th place, getting himself ahead of Charles as Charles goes into the pit. And I wonder whether that will be time spent getting that damage fixed as well.
Definitely. I mean, if you're in and you're carrying damage at Spa, you've got to get it fixed. So he's going to take the 5 or extra 10 seconds to repair so he can run at full pace. We see Wadley's out the pit, so he's the first of the kind of quicker of the drivers, and he went almost all the way to the back of the grid. That shows how long this pit is. But with the field so pretty much within at least half a lap, 3/4 of a lap of each other.
Whoa!
Van der Heever all over the back of Van der Venter's Porsche. Side by side, Van der Venter's got the windscreen wipers going. He's hitting bugs as they come up the straight.
Yo, that Porsche was so... I was saying, okay, that Porsche was so good on the brakes, but he actually did go a little bit too deep, which now moves Rob to the outside through turn number 9.
Is the undercut? No.
Johan getting the better drive, Rob, rather just backing out, not wanting to get too involved there. And Johan now gets to fight another day. So we've got VDV and VDH.
That sounds like some strange concoction going on there.
Rob on the inside, can he get it turned in through turn 12? He can. It looked like that Porsche slowed down just a little bit too much, and Rob was able to get that car turned in, and away he went. So Jordan Wadley is saying, go Matthew. Thank you very much, Jordan, for joining us. So far, we will keep our eye on Matthew, but now, as we say that, Charles Darden coming out of the pits.
Yep.
and there is Matthew behind him. So that is quite close in terms of the position, because remember, Matthew and Charles Darden were fighting in that 15th, 16th place. So it'll be interesting to see where they come out relative to Rob van der Heever and Flip van Sale.
The BM, as you can see, damage repair is all done and dusted. So they did hang in a little bit longer, as we pointed out, to get the damage repair done. And that'll help him, because you need the car to be as smooth as possible on Spa. Etienne Mouton into the pits from 14th. So here we go. 41 minutes. We're pretty much on halfway. I think the pit lane's just going to light up right now, and we're going to see pretty much, I don't know, 80% of the field.
Look at that, Lucas, around the outside through turn number 17. And that was on Andre Hildebrandt, and managing to make that a move stick.
That was a huge pass, considering where he did that and how he did that. Wow. Longchamon's not an easy place to go past, Dylan.
Definitely not, because generally by the time you're getting there, your cars are just about hitting 240, 245 before the turn in. So it's not like you're gaining much on that driver, if you know what I mean.
Definitely. Okay, I'm going to do this one. It's Len Neary on the YouTube, and he's going, Etienne, go boy. So Etienne Mouton currently in the pits, and he's just completed his pit stop and should be coming out the pit lane. There he is, and Len Neary shouting for him. So Etienne getting his pit stop done and dusted. And where's Charles Darden?
But Etienne, as I say, Etienne seems to be in almost no man's land.
Yeah, he's quite a ways off them there.
So behind 32. So that just shows you how long that pit stop really is.
Yeah, it's massive.
And I don't know whether it's by hook or crook, but these two have had an absolute cracker all night, and this is between Jason and Nkulu.
Nkulu, yeah, they've had a ding-dong battle, as we see Farrell into the pits.
So Farrell is the highest position driver we've seen that has gone into the pit, so it'll be interesting to see him coming out. Mohat Musa chasing down Pitor. BMW versus McLaren on the straight. A fake to the inside, and the McLaren just holding that line. It looks like Mohat wanting to get this move done very, very quickly.
Yeah, Dabek definitely defending hard as they go into Lekum, so he's not going to just let Mohat Musa drive by, and he's going to have to think hard and work out a way to get past this McLaren.
Because he's currently in 9th place, knowing that the guys will start pitting, can he get the undercut? Because if he goes in now, he will then possibly get himself ahead, get himself behind Tinus Buerta, close there to Rainer Roberts, but at least he would have jumped the current McLaren he's behind.
He missed an opportunity there, because Dabek was super wide as they went round double gosh. Farrell and Van Sale in the pits now, 15th and 16th. And Andre Hildebrandt further down in 24th. So here we go. Field's going to light up. You can see those with the little green box next to their name. That's a completed pit stop. And David Farrell comes out. Got to be careful of that big bump on the top of the pit exit at Radium as well. You try and go through that right-hander flat out on the pit lane, and you can spin and damage the car quite badly.
So here's the time, is that we've got a 35-second stop from David Farrell. The travel time, 74.5 seconds.
Yeah, it's a minute 5, minute 6.
And that is just the travel time.
It's a long stop, eh? It's a huge pit lane, this lane. Really.
Here we go.
Here we go, indeed. Heineke in. So Chris trying to get it done and dusted and get it out the way, as is Dabek. That's going to have released Mohat Musa, and indeed it has. He's up into 8th and going.
So well, 7th now with Chris Heineke having moved into the pits.
Good point.
And from here, it is going to be Mohat Musa's race to try and claw back some of those positions. anything can happen from here on in. Remember, from here on, he still has to make up those places. It's not like he can jump anybody in the pits. This is him needing to drive faster than the cars ahead, and I saw exactly what you saw.
Good. I'm going to do us a little check here with a stopwatch, and I'm going to try and work out what the overall time is.
So there's been, okay, so I'll say the market was moving up the order, but that's because Nkulu and Jason Landsberg have pitted. Rob van der Heever has now pitted. Dubek has pitted. Ulrich de Jager has pitted. Chris Heineke is now coming out, and that is going to put him right in the line of Johan van der Venter. So just able to stay, or say ahead, but Johan getting that straight line speed. And that just shows you that Chris was in second place, and with him having pitted, it's now put him all the way down into 12th position.
Where is Mohamed Musa on the track right now?
Mohamed Musa is 7th. He is now going through turn 16. Side by side off the curb, just behind Mazi van Dondel.
And flashing away. So approximate, we're talking 30 seconds from him to Serodia on track at the moment.
Oh, Mohamed was very, very deep on those brakes there.
He was.
That
so he's got a
nearly cost him.
Climb,
most definitely. And if we look at the time in terms of the position, so Mark Hennebury has gone into the pits. Sanjan Pillay has gone into the pits.
Yeah.
Musa has got 9 seconds to Tinnis, who's currently in 6th place, but he is provisionally 10th. So there's still lots and lots and lots to go.
Nkulu unfortunately speeding into the pit lane for his drive-through, so he's now picked up a stop, go 30 on top of that. So he's got to go around, then come back in and stop for another 30 seconds. So that's going to put Nkulu right out of contention now.
Flip van Sale closing up onto the back of Jabulani in the LTR McLaren. Flip van Sale 20.7 has been his fastest. Jason Landsberg and Rob van der Heever. Why did it say? Oh, because Rob's coming out of the pits. Okay, perfect. Because it gave me a slowdown warning there for Rob, but that all makes sense. Ruan and Mark Hennebury changing positions. That's because Mark is still in the pits, but Ruan has now jumped Mark in the pits.
He could just be further down the pit lane. There we go, Hennebury off the Jackson rolling. We'll see now if there's a Ferrari just up ahead of him. Yeah, there it is. Oh, and the Ferrari's rolling. There's a pass in the pits. Ron Heineke's ahead of him. I'm sure, Sunjan at least.
Where?
Go to Sunjan. Sunjan. There he is. He's up. There he is. So Sunjan's up and he's out. Yeah. It was a big pass done there.
So that definitely has worked in Sunjan's flavor.
Flavor?
Goodness. Yes, so Mark Hennebury has the work that he has done overtaking. He is now 2 corners behind.
And our leader's in the pits. So Andre Serodia pits with 33 minutes to go. And this is going to show now what the strat is of these other drivers, including his challenging teammate Mohamed Musa, who I think is going to go as long as possible. I think he's brimmed the car and he's going to put like in the last 5 minutes. But Andre Serodia in.
Mohat is fighting for track position, so he has to find as many places as he can, get himself as far up the order as possible, because there goes Mohat now without the entire that labor-induced, that intense pit drive of 75 seconds.
75.
Jeez, like.
Yeah.
What are you doing this weekend?
Seconds.
No, I'm pitting
driving down Spa's
pitting at Spa.
Yeah. I mean, down there on the pit limiter for 75 seconds, you can make some coffee and go to the toilet, and if you didn't have to negotiate La Sauce happen.
Yeah, you can. Well, I suppose you can't really go and quickly hit the gens because you still got to do your happy birthday song, which takes 2 minutes.
Oh dear. Mark Henneberry here, arriving on the back of the Porsche of Bierkus and getting it stopped in time as they come through the chicane.
But Mark should be able to get a little bit later on the brakes into turn number 1. A little bit more experience. A fake to the inside, push Frankie wide, slots it on the inside, and away he goes. Called it!
100%. Tinus Buerto, Team Hybrid, into the pits and out the pits from 6th. Well, not out yet, still rolling.
There he goes.
Here he goes.
Oh no! He got stuck behind Nkulu. So as he accelerated, Nkulu was coming out. And I think that what was happening is Nkulu was making sure that he wasn't going to get another stop go. So just hung on to that pit limiter a little bit longer. Etienne Baton behind Ruan Hanneke. That's 13th and 14th place. And what that is going to do is get Etienne a little bit higher up. And he is starting to open up. There's 6 seconds between Etienne now and Ulrich de Jager. Correction, that is now closer to 8.2 seconds.
Second place man, Renault Roberts, into the pits. So we're counting down. It's coming into half an hour left in this race. Pretty much 6 cars still need to pit. And that includes Muat, who is now in 3rd place. And he will, in fact, 2nd place now. He's going to leave his pit stop right until the dying moments, and we'll see where he eventually comes out in relation to the likes of Andres Arodia and company.
I don't doubt Mohat's abilities, but where I'm currently sitting is that he is still too many places behind Andre. Considering there's now Justin between himself, there's Sanjan, Chris Hanneke. So there are 3 drivers where Mohat has to be right behind Andre.
Yep.
I'm almost. I don't want to say I'm almost certain.
I hear you.
Mohat, gee vet. But he has to do something now. He has to get quicker. He has to find that little bit of secret sauce. He's got to be getting those fastest laps in now. Otherwise, he is going to be a few places too short.
I think this will come to him because the car's getting lighter as well. So his few loads offloading, and the car will get quicker. Whether he gets as quick as Isham is for us to still debate about. But I think what he's also playing the game is that he's getting himself into open air and out of possible traffic and out of possible dices and possible contact, where Andres Arodia has now come out of his pits done and dusted, and the chances are he might get stuck in a bit of traffic.
Yeah.
So this could play in Moort's favour somehow. Mark Henneberry, side by side, and he's passed. Mark Henneberry does ascend up the inside of JVDV's Porsche, and that position change from 8th and 9th place as we see David Farrell arriving on the back of Tinus Buerta now.
And in terms of the current lap times, David Farrell has gone 0.7 quicker than Tinus Buerta. So whether he is now stuck behind, just can't find that overtaking maneuver, or Tinus is fighting for position, and he is more than entitled to, considering they've both now got the little green block. They're on the same lap, and this now becomes a battle to the end. Andre Hildebrandt getting out of the way, saying, no, not getting involved with you oaks, off you go.
Good man. Good thinking there by Andre Hildebrandt, and keeping well clear of these guys who are fighting for position, so respect to him.
Yeah, Frankie as well, just ahead, still needs to pit, and you can see just opening up the door for the two of them. But Frankie might just have to come off the gas a bit, otherwise they're going to be 3 wide through here. Yes, luck. There we go, Frankie just tapping the brakes, letting them go through. But I'm sure it was
wide.
a pretty scary moment for both Tennis and for David.
And anyone coming in? Nope, not yet. No, these guys are all pitted anyway, so on they go. I think Farrell's the quicker of the two cars. He was showing huge pace coming down the hill when they'd gone round 9, 10 and 11 up at the top of the hill. So we'll see if he can close in on Eau Rouge and Radiant and get in the draft at that McLaren.
Mohat still 11.8 seconds behind Justin Lotus. And if Justin comes out behind Chris Heineke, there's still 2 positions Mohat has to try and fight back.
Yep.
Talk about things coming to a interesting finale.
It is.
Ulrich de Jager for Pro-Am. He is now 2 places behind Etienne. He's got Dabek in 15th, Ruan in 14th, then Etienne in 13th. And that is the race for that Pro-Am title.
Speaking of Ulrich, Vickers S on the YouTube saying, Ulrich, tell up your lip stuffy, man.
Yes, indeed he did. David Farrell still trying to find a way around Tennis Buerta. Tennis 10th place there for him. Absolutely incredible a drive so far. Is that Etienne behind? No. Then
Etienne Mouton.
Who was behind Frankie?
It is Etienne.
Yes, in terms of the position, but not the actual car behind him. There we go. Okay, so it's Andre Hildebrandt, who is a lap down. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. So while David is closing up on the back of Tennis, ooh, here we go.
Here we go.
Where and how did Mark... Oh wait, sorry, that was for Sanjin. But now Mark's going to try go around the outside at turn number 1. He should get the better drive on the way out because the Ferrari would have taken that tighter line. Wouldn't have been able to get the traction. So Mark now up into 7th place. And Rainer Roberts now down into 8th position.
Ferraris also run a very hard TC to manage the engine, and that just kills them out of sharp corners. So Mark easily out-dragging the Ferrari out of the La Source hairpin and up the Kemmel Straight, and he's already putting some daylight between himself and Rainer's car. Here we go backwards again. It's,
oh wait, but we actually missed that because that was for position. So that was Johan VDV with Tennis behind him through Rouge up over Radlion. Yeah! So absolutely fantastic move there for Tennis, and he's up, and now David Farrell has just done the same thing and got himself ahead of Johan VDV. So Johan running just a little bit wide through turn number 11 into 12. Great overtake there.
I mean, without causing a collision, that was pretty much perfect as they went into Brussels. They happen at the top of the mountain. So 5 cars yet to pit, including Matsi Vadonda down in 20th. But your top 3 still got a pit. Lotus, Musa, Domingo, and then this man, Jan van der Vente in his Porsche. And we're at 22 minutes and counting. So we're coming into the last quarter of this race, and it's still all to play for up at the top.
12.5 seconds is the gap between Chris Heineke and Andres Rodio. But I just wanted to point out that the best lap has now been set by Chris Heineke of a 2:17.6. So Chris on an absolute charge.
Chris sending it. Very, very comfortable in the Porsche, and the Porsche clearly very comfortable at Spa.
Oh, as you say that, the rear steps out and goes, how's it? That one was on you.
No, okay.
So
And
Dabek has been behind Ruan for just about this entirety of the race.
yeah, 13th place and still circulating. Is about a second off the pace there. And here we go with some more pit stops. It's Van der Vente coming into the pits, and looks like Charles Darden's retired to the pits down in 27th.
Yes, I do have him as retired. He has been there for 2 minutes 55.
Shame. Unfortunate for him.
Oh,
But there we go.
Is that because... Okay, I was going to say... The reason that Ati got that position is because Johan VDB went into the pits.
Yes.
And... what a different story it tells us up at the top, because now we have Mohat Musa, who is currently leading with Justin Lotus, who has gone into the pits. Justin now 50 seconds into his 75-second drive. Oh goodness.
Let me tell you what, looking at the track map, watching Muad Musa, he's going into T10, Brussels, and Isham Domingo is just getting to the bottom of the first part of the straight and heading into Eau Rouge. So he's a good 30 seconds up the road. A splash and dash is, he should still come out ahead of, at least behind Andres Herodia, but he's a lot closer than we thought he is.
Is this the I'm not going to change tires and I'm going to risk it, considering he's still able to get this pace?
Yeah. So this could be one of these gambles, and we said earlier we'd only know halfway through the race who's doing what. Him and Isham have not pitted, so he's got nothing to lose coming from the back. He's driven the car a little bit slower. He hasn't broken the tires, and he is right there with the fighting chance. So he's going to gamble this by the looks of things, and not put a new set of boots on, and just let the time that he benefits from not putting the boots on put his gap closer to his teammate.
I'm just waiting for Andres Herodio's time to come up. The reason being, okay, so on my timing, I've got, it's 34.5 seconds plus Chris, which gives us 47, so let's say 48 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay. Justin behind.
5.3.
48, so that 5.3 now takes us to 54.
Yeah.
Just behind is Sanjan Pillay, which is now 9 seconds. So 54 takes you to 63. We know that it's a 75-second pit stop. So if Mohat comes in, just splashes and dashes, he's going to find himself in the Mark Hennebury, Sanjan Pillay area, with still 2 positions to fight. Crazy, but still doable.
Well, we're going to see what happens.
So Jabulani and Madzivandondo closing up onto the back of Johan VDV, with Johan coming out of the pits. Interesting.
I really hope Matsivadondo is monitoring his dashboard and knows he still needs to pit. Because if he thinks he's pitted in that stop-go and it's been a legal pit stop, he's mistaken. That's a track punishment. He has to do an official pit stop.
So I've got him stopped for 4.5 seconds here, which means that he's splashed and dashed, and it looks like it hasn't...
Or was that stop for the stop and go?
Possibly, yes.
So
could be.
You can't do that. You can't pit stop on a stop and go.
Yep.
So he has to still pit.
Correct. Where is... So this time between Chris Heineke and Andres Herodio, it was sitting at 12 seconds. It is now down to under 11 seconds.
Yeah, 10.7.
and Chris Haneke took a second out of Andres Herodio the last lap. So with 17 minutes left, we're dividing that by just over 2. That gives us 7 laps. So if he's able to take out a second, he should be within that 3 seconds. And that's when the pressure starts mounting. Could there be a Chris Haneke win?
Sure, curveball.
With Andres Herodio in second. But that still doesn't give Mohat Musa enough places. Because then Mohat only needs to be within 2 or 3 places of Andre. Where currently we've got him at 4. And it's at times like this we're like, what? Let the next 10 minutes just go by quickly, and then we'll figure out exactly what's going to be happening.
Yeah, no, let's not don't wish it away.
No,
We've got to watch this happen.
Oh, there we go. Little battle, Mazi van Dondo on the back of Johan VDB and Mohat Musa. Trying to get through the battle. Little flash there from Mohat. Mazi van Dondo goes to the inside and allows Mohat to go around the outside. Fantastic.
Fantastic. Nailed it.
Nailed it!
Sorry, dude. with a mouthful of drink. Chris Haneke goes quickest now. So you're right. He is pedal to the metal. He's on the floors. He is whipping the horses under that Porsche, and now has the quickest lap time. So,
1.8 seconds is what it took out of Andres Herodio that last lap. You can see that time down to 9.1 seconds, and it was 10.9 the last lap.
Where's Andre on the track? He's just up ahead of him. So Andre is now going through Malmedy and down towards Brussels. Is he in traffic?
It doesn't look like it.
No.
Oh, okay, so that explains the slowdown. Yeah. So he got through
VDV.
So there I'm saying that it's Mohat. It was actually Andre going through. Or is Mohat? Hold on.
Yeah, you were looking at the wrong car.
I was looking at the wrong car. I was looking at the right car and I said the wrong name. Sorry, Andre.
That's it.
Okay, but that now explains the slowdown in terms of the times, because now that means that Chris is going to be needing to navigate that as well. Frankie just giving the space there through turn number 13. This 13 and 14 I always seem to struggle with it. Always carry just a little bit too much speed. But once you tell yourself be patient on the way in, you can get the acceleration on the way out. So you carry the speed on the exit of 14, not trying to carry the speed in on 13.
Remember, it's always slow and fast out. That's the theory here.
Especially when you've got 2 corners. You've got to be
flacking, direction change. Yeah, you've got to be patient.
That's the one thing that we're talking about from a go-karting point of view, is that you see guys that they want to turn the steering wheel slow in, but then you get that understeer where it's got to be a little bit of a little flick just to load up that wheel, get the rear wheel lifting, and through you go. So
8.5 seconds, Chris Haneke. 8.5 seconds now.
So Ruan now on the back of Etienne Maton. Etienne still leading the battle between himself and Ulrich. Ulrich 11 seconds behind this battle. And I wonder whether Ruan is just saying, Etienne, you just drive your race. I'm not going to move up any positions. I'm going to stay here. Oh, deep. Sorry, Etienne. Deep. I'll claim that one.
Very deep. Missed the braking point, but managed to get it around the chicane. So there we go. And Ruan Haneke does in fact go by. I think, but yeah, in saying that, Etienne Mouton is so far up the road, so he knows he can just...
oh, another mistake there from Etienne. Did you see that?
I didn't. I was looking at something else.
So a little bit late on the brakes into turn number 1, went a little bit deep. You can just see that gap he's now lost between himself and Ruan. And then that means that Ulrich the Jocher is not 12 seconds behind anymore. He's now only 10 seconds.
10 seconds. 12 minutes and some change to go. So here we go. We're into the closing moments. Last 5 laps, give or take. And we still need to see Moort and Isham Domingo pit. Moort Musa currently on screen as he goes through La Source Hairpin and bombs down the second of the main straights towards Eau Rouge. And Isham Domingo in the pits as we see. So that's it. It's one man left. And he is leaving it until the last moment.
100%. And look, it has definitely given us some things to talk about.
Definitely.
I don't think the qualifying has helped him. And it's crazy to think that one lap qualifying has caught him out possibly at the end of the season.
Yeah, that was an important thing, and that was a big mistake. I'm sure we'll hear from them just now in the interviews, and he'll tell us what he's going to tell us. But I think, he knows he made a mistake there, and he's doing everything he can. He brimmed the BMW at the start of the race. He knew he had to run a full stint, full load, and go as far as he can here with a splash and dash towards the end, and that's what he's going to do. And he's throwing the dice. We're going to see where this puts him. Chris Heineck is still pushing hard, now down to 8 seconds behind Andre, and going like a man possessed in that Porsche.
That was only a half a second gain. I say only half a second, but that was compared to the 1.8 seconds the previous lap and the 1 second the lap before that. But Chris still 8.5 seconds behind. Isham Domingo now coming out of the pits. And where does he slot himself? Where's Rainer Roberts in this picture? Actually, going to go around the outside there.
Side by side.
So Isham, that's 8th place there for him.
Vickers on YouTube saying first time he's watching this and he's enjoying the commentary. So there we go, Dylan. We don't talk a bunch of airy-fairy stories. This is a good racing input as best we know it.
Thank you. And this is from Vickers S, the capital.
Good man. You have the motions in place as well.
If only anybody could see my camera. Jason Landsberg fighting behind Johan VDV. But looking at the race that Jason has had, he has gone up 10 places.
Yeah. Strong showing. And it wasn't easy sailing. He's had contact, he's had drama, he's had a punt or two, he's punted, so he certainly had a full race, but still hung in there, and he's on the track and going.
It's definitely been a race of give and take for Jason Landsberg.
That's a nice way to put it.
Okay, so all eyes are now on Mohamed Musa. 9 minutes left to go of this race. Currently in a first place. But in terms of him needing to go in, we don't think he's going to do the tires. We do think that when he comes out, he's going to slot right there between that Justin Lotus and Sanjan Pillay, possibly between Mark Hennebrey and Sanjan, because we know that pit lane is 75 seconds moving time, whatever the time is that he's going to be stopping. So 50 seconds for Andre, another 7.5 for Chris. We're adding another 13 to Justin. Sanjan's got 5 and Mark Hennebrey has got 6.
It's looking better and better, I tell you. 57, it's a lot further than that. Yeah, I'd say he's probably going to come out. He'll probably be in 5th, just behind Sanjan Pillay. That's where I'm guessing he's going to be.
So Ulrich de Joche, oh, there we go. Mr. Lenieri is saying the gap between Etienne and Ulrich has come down. This has been an epic final race, and
indeed.
Yes, it is. Down to 8 seconds, so it was up to 12 seconds. It then dropped down to just under 11. And now you can see 8 seconds, so definitely not allowing him to go. And here we go. That's what we wanted. All bets are on. 5th place or 6th place for Mohamed Musa.
Yeah. He's going to be just behind Sanjan Pillay. Sanjan, car 41, where is he? He's heading down the hill.
So let's get him in that view, because then we can get the wide shot. So that is him now going through turn number 13, the trickiest corner in my eyes. Then the easiest corner, and Project Cars was a nightmare. You go out there, that little green grass, if you touched it, you would just hit the inside wall on the left. Paul the Wall Fencer has arrived just in time. Yes, you have, sir.
Hey, Paul, how's it, buddy?
Paul, what we are watching Sanjan Pillay. He is now coming through turn number 13. We're referencing where Mohat Musa is. We don't think he's going to take tyres. We think he's literally going to do a stop and go.
Yep.
75 seconds is the travel time. He is in the pits. We should have another. Andres Rodeo has now gone into first place. Here comes Chris Honecker. So he will move up the place. So this currently gives the championship to Andres Rodeo. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. There's still a rouge to go. Justin, where are you? So he's going to be going up through a rouge. But Mohat's not going to have the speed.
He's ahead of Justin, mate. He's there.
Oh my goodness. How?
He's in third place. He's done it. From the back of the grid to third with 5 minutes and 40 seconds.
No, but how were our calculations so wrong?
Well, these last couple of laps, everyone was involved in some dices. That's why I was saying, if you added the numbers, they just got longer and longer. He was only stopped for about 5 seconds.
Mohat Musa, travel time 74, so he made up a second there and was stopped for 9.1 seconds. So he just put fuel and went.
That's it.
And that's the difference. You're right. That's the difference. The difference is that everybody else had the 30 seconds, so it is extra time over the 75.
Correct. So he's gone without boots, and he knew he didn't have anything else he could do. He had to do that. So he's out on track. He's going to try and hang on to this position, and this is all he needed to do. He needed to be third if Andre was in first place.
Justin, just for the record, also didn't take tyres. He put in a little bit more fuel. So he did a 12.4 second stop, but also a 74.7 travel time. So he, absolute cracker of an entry.
Yeah.
But
he's lost easily.
Where this currently stands is that Andres Rodeo wins the championship by 2 points. I'm almost certain of it.
But you're not sure though.
I'm not sure. So
okay.
I need to go and just double check here something quickly.
Okay, you do that. 349 versus 377. You've got to go and do some math, double the points, take the results. Let's see what you think it is. We need to know this before the interviews. And as I say that, we come down to 4 minutes and counting while Dylan's going to go and double check this. We're watching Justin Lotus as he goes over the pits. Chris Heineke listed as 6 seconds off the back of Andres Rodeo. So Chris still closing that gap on Andres Rodeo between first and second. Mohat Musa then 14 seconds back behind Chris and just 2.5 seconds up the road from Justin Lotus. So huge dive from Mohat considering he was pretty much lost. He didn't qualify and he's played himself right back into this race.
So they are
saying Musa takes it. Andre owes me 2 lemon juice shots. If Musa takes the win. Lemon juice shots. Can you imagine how horrific that must be?
Well, it's either that or Cactus Jack. I'll take the Cactus Jack, thank you.
Yes, my cheeks would meet, my eyes would go opposite directions. You can forget that. What do you think is going on here, Dylan?
Okay, I can tell you exactly what's going on. Currently, as they stand, Andres Rodeo wins by 4 points.
Wow. Sure. So imagine if Andre now gets a drive-through for off-track cuts. Game over.
Game over. No. That would be the biggest and the worst commentator's curse ever.
I'll just keep quiet.
Because there's 28 points available. I mean, 28 points is the difference. 32 points currently. There's 200. Then it's 200, 180, 168. So that's 32 points between where Andre and Mohat currently are.
Let's change this card. Go and have a look at Mr. Heineke.
I thought I was on him. I missed it.
So that gap is closing now. 5.6 seconds.
Because Chris
Radio's just up the road there, man.
Chris just did an 18.8 with Andres Radio a 19.2, so there's a 0.4 gain there. And we have 1 minute 47, so this would be the last lap.
Wow.
Maybe. No, because yeah, maybe.
So there's the Porsche in the distance. You can see them on the Camel Straight. It's way too far a gap as far as position goes, but what a drive by Chris Heineke. St. looking at the back of his teammate Justin Lotus as they go over Radian, and they're pretty close, 8/10 apart. So St. arriving in the slipstream of Justin Lotus.
Through turn number 11, Andre Sorodio. I don't even know how to position this. Has this been the season to come back and always just get the better points, get a good result, and then come back at the final? It comes down to a qualifying blunder by Mohat Musa, not able to move up the order, and finds himself one position away from being the first double champion, which means this is the 5th season
of a new champion. It bodes good for SARCO, my friend.
19 seconds left. I don't think there will be another lap. So this is it. Oh, look at that. The two Alpha 1 Esports drivers, Sanjan and Justin, having an almighty battle. But I think, as much as we want to see that, we got to get the camera here to Andres Sorodio, who is now going to cross the line. That is the end of the race.
The leader has finished the race.
That is the end of the race. That
Andres
has given
Sorodio.
him 4 points to take the championship.
Well, in all fairness to Mohat Musa, he couldn't do anything more than what he has just done.
And I will not agree with you anymore. I cannot. There's nothing more I can add. He did everything he could. He moved himself through the order. Sanjan just getting ahead there of Justin. And it was essentially Mohat Musa's championship to lose, and that's exactly what Andre did. He came in, got the quali, put it on pole, and is led from start to finish. Randall Roberts in 7th place, Sinisham Domingo in 8th, David Farrell 9th there for him, Tinus Porter, what a great drive there for him in 10th place, Ruan 11th there for him, Etienne Mouton. Etienne!
I was hoping you saw that.
As the Pro-Am winner, just ahead of Ulrich de Joche. Paul Fenter saying, woohoo, double cactus coming in.
There we go.
Atipino, an outstanding drive there for him. Currently a 14th place, a great drive, and you did mention it before. He did have a great drive, and he was fighting with the Project Vapor guys earlier on. You see, Gabriel was around. I knew he was around. Because there, Gabriel Dos Santos, Andres Rodeo, you are the champion! Oh, you didn't say you're the champion of the world. No, you got it wrong, Gabriel.
The world champion.
You are the world champion. Doesn't have the same effect. Matthew Wadley, 15th there for him. A great drive for him. Dubek in a 16th place. Rob van der Heever 17th. Marco Bezuidenhout in 18th. Jason Landsberg 19th. Him and VDV had a great race. 20th place there for him. Flip van Zyl finishes in 21st. Jean-Ray Frankie Bierkes in 22nd. Oka 23rd for him. Lucas in 24th. Andre Hildebrandt in 25th, and Jabulani Madzivandondo. He did do his pit stop. Finishes in 26th place.
Good man.
Guys, we will be back shortly. We just want to get the podium guys into our Discord. We will be with you shortly. Don't go back. I'm pretty sure you're going to want to see this. Oh, and let's double click.
We feel you. There was nothing quite like paging through a new NAG magazine. The smell of those freshly printed pages, incredible game artwork, and of course, all the gaming and hardware insights you can handle. Did you know that the NAG magazine is back in print? Yes!
Grab the latest copy online. It's the 2023 annual edition and each magazine is individually numbered. You can also look forward to an exclusive poster in each magazine, and there are 2 cover DVDs with exclusive game demos, apps, and many hidden Easter eggs. Get yours at shop.nag.co.za before they're all gone.
So Alan, just for that confirmation, you see Gabriel said I was lurking in the shadows, so he did not want to come and speak to us. So we had all these questions, he had all the answers, and he chose to not come and join us.
We'll remember that.
Yeah, 100%. And I see Toki saying, I don't seem to be ungrateful, but thank the coconuts that is over. Guys, what a crazy, crazy final that has turned out to be. I know that we are just changing on how we normally do this, but let's go to you, Chris. The qualifying absolute cracker, and you kept yourself right in striking distance of Andre through that race. In that second place, that gap was always like 1.3, 1.6, 1.3, but it just looked like you just weren't able to get closer. And after the pits, you kind of just lost a little bit of that pace.
Oh, Dylan, yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, qualifying went very well, better than expected. My new qualifying is going to be important, especially with my qualifying blunders in the previous races. So I had to make this count, and yeah, it worked well. I had a great start there, following Andre there through that first stint. I saw Andre's tires look like they went a bit off just before I pitted, so I was hoping he was going to change tires, or as well as I can match him. And then I got a bit of a surprise when I pitted, came out, he pitted, and I saw that gap, 18-second gap, and I thought, oh, he didn't change tires. So I knew it was race on. I'm going to have to push from there on to try and catch. And doing that, yeah, my tires also take a beating. But well done to Andre, great draft there, great strategy to make it work at the end there.
You did manage to get that fastest lap with the 17.6, I think it was. Absolute crack of a lap, that.
Yeah, that's quite a surprise. I think that's my third or fourth lap after my pit stop that I got that lap. So I was on song there in the groove. But yeah, I just need a couple of more laps to catch Andre.
That Porsche is very quick on Spark, Chris. Was a lot of work put into this car and the setup, or was it just, did it come naturally? Was it easy to drive?
Look, I'm fairly used to the Porsche, so it comes more or less naturally to me. But yeah, I did put a lot of race prep into it. I think the only time I ran light fuel was in qualifying.
Okay.
So all my prep was focused on the race itself, and it paid off. I'm very happy where I finished.
Yeah, you had good pace. And Dylan, that answers that question, because we were trying to work out how was he closing that gap. It was because he didn't change tires, being Isham. So Chris, yeah, huge pace and excellent getting the quickest lap with still a good fair load of fuel. Anything in the 17s on Spa is like very rapid, dude. So good one.
Thanks a lot.
Then let's go to you, Mohat. The third place there for you, and we'd kind of set the scene to say that all you had to do was finish second if Andre had to win, and then you didn't do yourself a favor. Was that a mistake in the qualifying?
Yeah, so it was a mistake in qualifying. Basically, it took a bit too much, rouge, and it was done for. So yeah, that's the reason for the qualifying shenanigans.
And a outstanding comeback, a fight to the field. We had all our calculations going. We had kind of positioned you to come out around about 5th. Then all of a sudden, bang, find yourself in 3rd place. But unfortunately, just not one place high enough because of those double points. Is unfortunately you've fallen short of this championship.
Yeah, no, I know. There's no need to be all nice about it, but it was all good. It was like a championship. Really enjoyed it. Andre definitely deserved the championship, so congratulations, team. Yeah, the race was like I actually really enjoyed it. Overtaking a few of the guys, battling with a few of the guys there.
Yeah.
That you don't really usually battle with. So it was quite fun, enjoyable. Look, when I saw what happened in qualifying, I was just like, hey, let's just go and have fun.
Exactly.
Let's keep it out of the wall and let's have fun. So yeah, I really enjoyed that race over and above everything else. Yeah.
What we were obviously following very closely, and as Dylan had picked up all the various lap times, we then saw in qualifying that you weren't anywhere there. We couldn't find you until we found you at the bottom of the grid. So we knew you had made a mistake somewhere. There was no other reason why you hadn't done a lap. But your on track pace though, and to keep the car out of trouble and get past the various other drivers. That was the best thing that you could have done to get where you did get the car to. But also, was there any intercoms between you and Andre on the radio? Were you talking to each other? Did you know where you had to be? Did he know where you had to be?
Well, it was all over the show, to be honest, Alan. We also didn't know where we were going to come out. Gabriel also on the side was busy doing his calculations. Everyone was thinking what's going to happen, and basically Andre was focused on what he needed to do, which is exactly what he did. And yeah, I was just focused on, you know what, let's just bring it home and we see where we end up. We're just going to push to the end. And yeah, it eventually paid off. Yeah, the full tank does kind of slow your pace down, so that first stint you do kind of lose a lot of time there. But after that, it was cool. Yeah. You make it up in the pit stop.
Well done to you, sir. It was an outstanding effort, and you threw the dice. That's what you got, and your results are exceptional. Well done.
No, I'm happy with that. Thanks, Alan.
Then let's go to you, Andre. And it seems like Paul the Wolf Enter is saying that there's going to be some Cactus Jack going to be flowing.
Are you in trouble, man?
But Andre, a message here from Gabriel says, Andre Sorodio, you are the champion of the world. Look, guys.
Now I want to hear you say it. I want to hear it coming from your mouth. I need you to tell me it.
This is the thing, is that it didn't matter what happened this evening, is that Mohat Musa would have been the first double champion. If you had won, it would have been the 5th different consecutive champion. But Andre Sorodio, you are the SARCO Season 2 champion by 4 points.
Well done.
Yeah, well done, Andre. Great job.
Thank you. Oaks, you don't understand. You don't understand the relief lifted from my shoulders, man. I do have to say, Chris was not giving me an easy time. He was definitely quick in sector 1 and sector 3.
He was
easily. Yeah. And I was like, yo. Then I saw him pit, and then I felt that the tires weren't really fading as fast as I was expecting them to. And there was about like 30 or so minutes left, and I just found like that there was no point. It was kind of a hybrid strategy between Chris's and Moat's. But also Moat did to come from 28th and then finish 3rd and then just narrowly come out in front of Sunjin. That was crazy. This was just an insane race. I think this was the best of the season.
an absolutely fantastic drive there, Andre. So whoever you've put the bets with, all I'm saying is go and cash those in. You deserve them.
And I'm not forgetting what Paul said. I really am not forgetting what Paul said. He shouldn't have made this bet because now he's gonna come off second best.
No, Paul, he said, Andre said he doesn't drink, so lemon juice it is. But you won the championship, so now Paul gets to drink that as well.
Exactly.
So, Paul the Wall, we'd like to see you on your Friday night shenanigans, please. Standing up and claiming.
Yeah. Excellent effort there, Andre. Definitely. Whole bunch of people wishing you well done on the YouTube channel. So, what more can we say? Project Vapor. Shawing!
Yep.
Yes, sir. 1-2. It's great, man. From the whole team, especially Wath, it's just crazy, man. He just came out of nowhere in the second half. Isham was really on it. He's starting to really nail that Beamer. And Charles, his first outings in the Beamer, he hasn't switched in a while. So really promising progress from everyone in the team. I don't know, man. I'm just so happy with what we've made, and it's just great. I just love the whole progress.
You can hear it, dude. You can hear it in your voice.
Yep.
I'm so overjoyed, man.
Absolutely fantastic. Well, guys, that does bring us to the end of season 2 here, 2024. The season proudly brought to you by NAG. Without their support, the show wouldn't be to the level that it currently is. So thank you very much, NAG, for your support, as well as to MSR, for we are an exclusive MSR streaming machine. And I'm so glad I got to fix my line so we can actually get the stream out and get it to what it is. Alan, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you in the comms box. We really have had a lot of fun. And without the drivers and without the fans, this would definitely not have been possible. So thank you very much to our champion. Congratulations, and to the runner-up. It was a valiant effort, but time to come back and still claim who that double champion is going to be. Guys, we are going to be taking just a 2-week break, just so we can reset, figure out what the next season is, and then we will be coming back. But just keep checking out our socials, because I've got a little something up my sleeve. But in 3 weeks' time, the 8th of June, we do have the 10-hour of Suzuka. Get your entries in. Get that in as round number 2 of our NAG Endurance Series. You're not going to want to miss that. You can check out all that information in our Discord. And until then, I don't know if there's anything you want to close off with there, Alan?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me. I have enjoyed the company. I've enjoyed contributing to SARCO, and thanks to NAG and to MSI. It's been awesome. It did produce yet another champion, as you've put it. So it's showing some great competitive racing by everybody involved. There's no domination happening here, and I think the guys have a lot going on. It's very positive. Next season's going to be wild. I'm going to take a little bit of a break, and then I will be coming back, hopefully, and joining you. And let's see what happens in the future. So, Dylan, thank you, sir, and well done to everybody in the race this evening, guys. Well done.
Awesome. Guys, thank you so much. To those at home, all I can say is keep racing, keep practicing, and thanks for watching.